This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello.
Hola!
Bonjour.
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao.
Ciao!
Annyeonghaseyo.
Mabuhay!
Welcome to Washington State.
Explore the sights. Discover new things.
Appreciate the arts, music, and food.
Travel to new places.
Meet the people.
Make new friends.
In other words,
come
home with us.
Come home with us.
This is INCRadio Seattle, Washington. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all members and listeners around the world. We thank you for joining us for yet another edition of INCRadio Seattle, Washington. I'm your host for today, Brother Marlon Tudorun from the local congregation of Puyallup, Washington. And we're here with a very exciting topic to share with all of you today. On today's show, our topic will be Through the Lens. Yes. How does one get into photography and how do you capture the perfect photo? Stay tuned and we'll discuss that in our segment today with our very special guest. Also, we'll hear from our correspondent later on in the program. We will have an update on news and activities in the district. And we also have our ongoing hashtag challenge. When you comment in the chat, be sure to leave your hashtag with your local congregation's name, and the winning congregation will be the one with the most hashtags at the end of our program. So keep those hashtags coming in our chat. So let's go ahead and rewind a little bit and look at our previous hashtag competition winners from last week's show on 4/19. And this will begin with number 3. So now coming in at number 3, our congregation with the most hashtags is the local congregation of Everett. All right. Congratulations, Everett. Coming in at number 2, the number 2 spot, it is the local congregation of Marysville. All right. Very good. I'm seeing a trend here. It's all in the northern part of Washington. Are we going to remain in the north for the number 1 spot? Let's find out with a little drum roll. It is the local congregation of, there's our drum roll right there. Shoreline. All right. Congratulations, local congregation of Shoreline. They are our number 1 local for the hashtag competition. Also, our top players, the top brethren. Coming in at number 3 is Brother Michael Andy Helms from the local congregation of Shoreline. Number 2 is Sister Sheena Villena from the local congregation of Shoreline. And coming in at number 1, it is our very own Sister Melanie Maravilla from the local congregation of Marysville. So congratulations for being so active in our hashtag competition. We're looking towards the chat to see who will be our number 1 congregation and our top brethren in today's show. So keep those hashtags going, brethren. Okay, without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest for today's discussion. Let's begin with Brother Sandy. If you could, please tell us your name, what local congregation you're from, and if you have any shout outs, now is your opportunity to do so, brother.
Hello po, brethren. My name is Brother Sandy Saldana, and I'm from the local congregation of Bremerton. I'd like to shout out to the whole district of Washington State, to the brethren here in Bremerton.
All right, thank you so much, Brother Sandy. You can seeing his face is very rare because Brother Sandy's usually behind the camera, capturing moments and videos. So it's nice to have him on the other side of the camera as a guest today. Also, someone that's always behind the lens as well. It's our own brother Jerry. If you could please do the same thing, tell us your name, what local congregation you're from, and if you have any shout outs, now is your time to do so, Brother Jerry.
Oh, hello, brethren, brothers and sisters. My name is Brother Jerry from the locale of Olympia. And I'd like to give a shout out to my family in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, the locale of Pearl Harbor, and some of my brothers and sisters in Vancouver, Washington, the locale of Vancouver. Hello po.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Jerry and Brother Sandy, for joining us for today's show. We are looking forward to hearing from both of you about photography today. But we also want to hear from our chat. So we extend this question to everyone tuning in from our YouTube channel. We want to ask you, do you enjoy taking photos? And if you do, what types of things do you like to capture in your photos? So we'd love to hear all about it. So please leave that in the chat and I will read your responses throughout our discussion today. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and go into our topic of discussion today. Once again, that is through the lens. A focus on photography. So let's get right into it. Let's begin with, let's start with Brother Sandy. What is your experience in the field of photography? Did you study formally or are you self-taught?
I had an interest in photography way back in high school, but the thing is, didn't have the time. But I didn't go through any education or anything, but just also self-taught po, and just going through the actual, just going through the photos or just taking photos po. And
Awesome.
also interested in how things are taken from a DSLR or how you can just properly expose or just capturing an event or a subject with that in mind, with the settings.
Wow. And these photos that we're seeing right now, are these some of the photos you've captured, Brother Sandy?
Yes po, the one po with the eagle po, that's somewhere here in sea deck. There's like around probably more than 5 eagles po in that area, and it's so good for that area because you can actually they fly really low. It's by the water, so you don't really have to get a big lens. You can basically just take photos of them easily. So
Wow.
that's a good that photo that I that we had there actually was a opportunity when it flew really close to the ground. So it was pretty exciting both to get that.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's very exciting. Those are very clear pictures. Uh, to be able to capture that, especially in motion, that is very exciting. Brother Jerry, we also want to ask a little bit about your background too. What's your experience? Are you self-taught or did you study formally for photography?
Oh, good question, brother. Um, yeah, I went to school for it. No, I did not. It was all self-taught. Um, I've always enjoyed taking pictures. Um, I started out with the 110 Kodak 110 film cameras, but and I've always taken pictures. I've always had cameras. I've had film cameras, and in those days, I just put it on auto. But when digital pictures came around, that's when the interest of taking pictures really took off to the point where I really enjoy taking pictures because you can see the results of your effort right away. And if you didn't like it, you just go ahead and delete it. Some of these pictures I've taken, like that's posted right now, believe it or not, I've taken it with iPhone. Or excuse me, we're not sponsored, but with digital cameras these days, you can take a lot of great pictures. And the great pictures that you take is the one that you take right away and capture the magic of that moment.
Wow, I saw a lot of magic in those photos that were
Thank you, Brother
being
Marlon.
shown there. Lots of different subjects and content, and captured in many different ways. I'll extend this question first to Brother Jerry. What would you say was your inspiration in taking up photography?
Well, you know, in the old days, we had film camera, and one I carried all the time was this 110 Instamatic camera. You know, those little itty bitty cameras, and I used to enjoy putting my sunglasses in front of it to create some kind of effect. And so I guess that's my inspiration, is like I wanted to keep improving on the films or the photos I take. And so when digital photography came along, um, I really enjoyed it, and I got really into it.
It kind of opened up different levels of what you could capture and
Right,
edit in your
exactly.
pictures. That's yeah,
Yeah.
technology has definitely come a long way. How about you, Brother Sandy? What inspired you to take up photography?
Um, it's initially I just started with um, s- our cell phones with camera on there, um, and then basically just got the interest on extending or moving on to I think I got my first one. It's a DSLR. It's very affordable. It's something to learn from. I didn't want to get anything if I can't take photos or anything. Then for me it's like just a stepping ground initially. And I've actually, it was so frustrating for me because it was always set on auto because it's so hard to get the
Yes.
proper exposure. And like I didn't go through the film photography at that time because the digital format is already out. So, but yeah, that's basically the beginning. It was so hard for me to transition or to learn from that from using a cell phone. But it was a good experience. And but once I get the shot, then that's it's pretty good. But it's so rewarding.
Oh, that's
Brother
very
Marlon.
yes, yes, Brother Jerry.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've always liked was gadgets, and I was into art, but I was more into gadget, and I was always fascinated by the camera itself. So I don't know if I was really interested more in photography than more than having a gadget. But the bonus part about it is, when you're interested in gadget and it takes picture, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, I took that picture. It's really inspiring to continue on taking more pictures.
It kind of makes you just want to keep on capturing and seeing what comes through the lens. And talking about the lens, and we've been talking about cameras and cell phones. For someone that's maybe brand new to the hobby, what type of equipment do you really need to get started? Should someone just go out and get a DSLR camera, or should I just take on my cell phone? Like for someone that's starting out, what would you suggest? Let's ask Brother Sandy first.
For me, if you were going to really commit, just start out with something that you have, whatever you have, cell phone. Um, just always take photos, whatever opportunity you have, your interest of whatever subject, whatever scene or landscape. Just always take pictures, and then also if you feel like you're getting to that point where you can advance, then for me that's how I did it. Just advance whenever I feel like able to. But after you get to that point, just make sure you don't stop, because you got that equipment so that you can really use it. Don't get frustrated, or you just keep shooting, but keep using your equipment.
Definitely consistency, trying to improve on your craft. How about you, Brother Jerry? How do you feel about like equipment for, especially for beginners, what they
Okay,
should have ready?
that is a good question, Brother Marlon. I've always told people who ask me about the same question, I say, you know what? Buy not expensive equipment. Don't buy the latest gear. Buy an older gear. What you should invest in, at least my personal opinion, is a good lens. Something that you can really use. I like using the 70 to 200 millimeter 2.8 lenses. Those are my that's I probably use that lens maybe 90% of the time in all the events that we have, and I also use it for portrait. But for a beginner, that may be a little bit too expensive. So I would say get a nice digital camera, not the latest one. The older cameras are just as good, and then buy yourself what we call the nifty 50, a 50 millimeter lens. And I've shot with 50 millimeter lens. A lot of those older pictures, that was my favorite lens, was a 50 millimeter 1.8. It wasn't even a 1.2. uh, it's just a very affordable lens, and I took pictures with those for about, I don't know, 10 years, until I finally bought a more professional camera. And it's not about the camera, it's about, I think, your passion and and the way you want to. And my wife says, Sister Blessing always says, I'm more technical and then creative. So, like I said, I'm a gadget person. And so, but for anyone who's starting, don't buy expensive gear, but do invest in good lens. One good lens, that's all you need.
All right, so we got the equipment down. So I want to pick in more into the technical aspect. How do you come up with your shots? Do you plan them, or is it more spontaneous? Let's start with Brother Jerry on this one.
Well, as you know, I do take a lot of church activity pictures. Those were considered event photography. And of course, I don't plan them, but I do shoot everything. And even pictures that look blurry because of digital camera. And if you have a high resolution camera, I look at that thing, and sometimes I see a subject that's in focus, and I would just zoom into that, even though the picture in itself, the subject that I was trying to take, is completely blurry. I would see someone else in the picture, and I would just crop in, and that's the magic of a high resolution camera, is that sometimes there's subjects out there that, oh, that looks good, let me just go ahead and zoom into that and crop into that, and all of a sudden people think I take good pictures. I really don't. A lot of times my pictures is like, oh man, that's why it takes a lot of time in trying to correct it, because, well, like I said, I may not be very creative, unlike my wife, Sister Blessing. She's more creative than I am. I'm more of the more technical part. That's why she and I make a good team, because when I'm taking portrait pictures, I'm focused on the technical part. Sister Blessing said, "Oh no, the sister's carrying her bag. That don't look good." So
This is true. I mean, I've been in a photo session with you and Sister Blessing before with me and my wife, and
yeah,
yes, she was framing us and coming up with ideas. I remember that
uh,
very much. Brother Sandy, how about you? You have a different style of photography. We saw some of the eagles you were taking pictures of. How do you plan a shot like that? I mean, it's probably not easy to just go somewhere and then expect an eagle to be there. Like, what is your planning process of capturing those amazing shots as well?
Uh, I think just anticipating what kind of event, like what Kajeri is doing. I do a lot of event photography for the church. So I kind of anticipate what kind of things I may need to bring for group shots, or for, like Kajeri said, I also use 70 to 200, which is a very flexible lens for. So I just bring them, anticipating what kind of shots that we will be needed. But so actually, I just wanted to add into that is I recently just got a film camera, an old one, and it's hard to take a photo of just using a film without seeing the result already from the back of your camera. So I had to wait until the films are developed, and it's doesn't not as good because you have to learn the proper exposure and all that stuff, and then the metering is not as good as the current cameras. So if you want to learn, this is the best time to do it because the cameras nowadays, it's more forgiving po. It's more, you're able to see your results already and be able to progress, I think, easily or faster po.
Yeah, I remember back in the old days when we'd take a picture with a old film camera, sometimes those old disposable ones, you take a lot of pictures and you get them developed and you see that, oh no, my thumb was in the frame or something, and you don't know
Yes.
until the film is developed. But yes, it is quite fortunate now with technology. You can see what kind of shot you've gotten right away and adjust on the fly to get the moment that you're looking for. Let's go ahead and take this opportunity now to take a look at the chat. We have some people sharing their experiences with taking photos. We have a comment here from Brother Von Torres. He says, they are so great at capturing our district moments in memory. So he's talking about Brother Jerry and Brother Sandy. Hashtag Oak Harbor. We have one from Sister Frendel Verheeren, our Sister Denden. She says, I love taking photos. Hashtag Ken. I like to capture candids of joy, beautiful architecture, the beautiful skies, fluffy clouds, flowers, beautiful landscaping, and selfies. And we have a response here from our own Sister Tia Manalo. She says, I had a film camera a few years ago, and now I have about 10 rolls of undeveloped film waiting.
You're not the only one, sister.
We have a response here from Sister Cora. She says, I love taking pictures, and we are walking our fur babies, Coco, Jag, and Momo. Those are beautiful names. We have here one from Brother John Rodney Mangona, Brother J Rod. He says, I want to learn how to take better pictures. My wife has a better skill, and I hashtag Tacoma. And I just want to say a shout out to Brother J Rod and Sister Zarni. Happy anniversary to you two. Glad to have been part of your wedding. I'm glad that the marriage is still going strong. Thanks for tuning in today. We have a comment here from Sister Eloisa Gilmore. She says, hashtag Everett, we are listening to two great photographers. Yes, we are. It's a great topic we have for discussion today. And we have another response here from Sister Diana DePano. She says, I took a photography class in high school and we had to develop our own prints. Those were the days. Yes, the days in the dark room and developing the photos. It's has a different feel to it compared to digital. So we are getting close to the end of our program. That went by very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it over to our CFO in action, Brother Terrell. If you could, you have the floor now.
All right, thank you, Brother Marlon. Hello, everyone. I'm Brother Terrell Torres from the local congregation of Everett. I would also like to give a shout out to Sister Quinty and Brother Eric. It is also their wedding anniversary today as well from the local of Everett. And then, yeah, so we're going to get right into our CFO in action from our past activities and our future activities. So our past activities, yesterday, April 25th, we had a special worship service in the House of Worship in Seattle that was led by our overall CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Aranio Viamanalo, where all that was met for all the CFO officers. And then just today, the local congregation of Everett, we had our CFO soccer activity. I'm quite tired. I just came from that. It was a lot of fun, but oh man, the kids and the CWS or the Children's Worship Service members and the Binhees, they were running laps around me. I was yeah, it was a lot of fun. So Look forward to a lot of our future activities when it comes to our CFO or Christian Family Organization activities, which we actually have some coming up. Tomorrow, April 27th, we have a Binhi Appreciation Activity, or the youth members that are baptized. And under 18, they have Binhi Appreciation Activity in the Seattle Chapel parking lot, and pasta making. So for all the Binhi members, the ones that are baptized and not 18 yet, head over to Seattle for some good pasta and appreciation for your organization. Okay, and I believe that's it, Brother Marlon. I hand the floor back to you.
Glad you made it here to report in one piece. I'm sure those the children of the CWS gave you quite the workout during your soccer activity. But
oh yeah, my knees are scraped all over. Yes.
We're so glad to have you, Brother Terrell. Okay, so we are now at the end of our program. But before we go, we just remind everyone that there are different ways to tune into the program. One way is through our YouTube channel. Just go ahead and type in and search INCRadio DZEM 954 in the search bar. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the great programming that we have, especially at this satellite studio here in Seattle. You can also catch the show at incradio.org. So what are you waiting for? Spread the news. Tell everyone about the great programming that we have here so that they too can join in all the fun. Okay, so before we go, we just want to say a special thanks to our brother Eduardo Manalo, our executive minister, brother Angelo Manalo, our subsea president and CFO coordinator, brother Ramil Regino, our district minister, brother Relly Rivera, our assistant district minister, brother Chris Valdez, our CFO overseer, brother Manly Andire, our executive producer, the listeners, and the INC Radio Tech crew. This show would not be made possible without all of you. So with that, from INC Radio Seattle, we will see you later.
When was the last time you made someone smile? When was the last time you made friends with others?
Yes, please. Hi, this is Amaya. Hello, Amaya. Let's play together.
Include, invite, befriend. A small gesture of friendship can make someone's day. A message from INC Radio Mountain State Satellite Studio.
Social media. A platform that utilized for people to interact and share ideas virtually. As young members of the Church of Christ, we must always stay alert with everything that we see in different social media platforms and be aware of the consequences of every action that we take. Always remember that we're Christians all the time, even when online.
This is INC Radio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.